whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Charm TV. The Board of Liquor License Commissioners for Baltimore City proceedings will now begin. Please take this opportunity to turn off or mute all electronic devices. The board is now in session. Mr. Chairman, there is one preliminary matter on the AM docket, case number 13, Thames Street Venture, LLC, 1704 Thames Street, Class BD7 beer wine liquor license, application to transfer ownership and location from a secured creditor of a Class BD7 license presently located at 2501 to 03 Fleet Street to 1704 Thames Street, requesting live entertainment and outdoor table service. This case is postponed and will be heard on April 4th. Moving on, Maryland Yards LLC, 511 West Pratt Street, Class B beer wine liquor license application for a new Class B beer wine liquor restaurant license under the provisions of Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article 12-903 little c2, requiring $500,000 in capital investment in restaurant fixtures and facilities, 51% of food sales, and seating capacity for a minimum of 75, but not more than 150 people, requesting live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premises catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
For the record, Melvin J. Kadinsky representing the applicants for this location.
Good morning. Who's with you this morning?
It's the licensing and general manager.
Okay. Are they going to testify?
Well, I'll proffer, and then if you need.
Go ahead.
Not the all encompassing you, but this was the location used to be Frank and Nick's West End Grill right outside the stadium.
Mel, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Can you pull the microphone just a little bit
You
closer
can
to
pull
your
it down
mouth?
towards you.
Thank you, sir.
My wife says it all the time. Speak louder. It wasn't me talking, I say. So the location is already established. I'll hand to each one of you. Excuse me.
Thank you.
It tells you where they are. There's the floor plan, the menu. Stacy?
Yes, you should take mine. Got one? Okay.
And the hours of operation are going to be generally from 11 o'clock to 11:12 at night, and if they'll be later, if it requires that people be out there for entertainment, they would have basically a DJ and some light entertainment. They expect to have about 40 people to 50 people, 25 front of the house, 25 back of the house. The people will be out in front would be alcohol certified. The ones that are going to be serving alcohol, they are familiar with the rules and regulations. The licensee has worked at numerous places in Towson. The general manager here has worked in more places I can name at this point. And besides that, they are going to make sure that everything is followed, and they want to take advantage of hopefully trying to get open by opening day. It's going to be a truck. Now, if you see the capital investment there, it doesn't include the POS systems or any of the furniture, but it's 600. I think I have it on the front recap page.
So it's 650,000 plus.
Yeah,
Okay, and 150 seats is what I'm seeing?
right. It's basically the same layout it was there when the other establishment was there.
Okay. And you are Ms. Spear?
Yes.
You can move over here a little bit. Yes.
Could we swear them, please?
You raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and statements that you make to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Just wanted to identify. So you're going to be the licensee, and you're going to be the manager?
Correct.
Will you be on premises as well?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. You have other employment besides this?
Yes.
And what do you do for a living?
I also do social work.
Oh, okay. You're full-time?
Yes.
So you'll be managing the staff?
Yes.
And you'll be the one who's, we're going to look to
Correct.
comply with all of our rules and regulations. And what is your name, sir?
Jared Fisher.
F-I-S-H-E-R?
F-I-S-C-H-E-R.
C-H-R, okay. Commissioners have any questions?
No question. No questions.
All right. Anything further, Mr. Kaninsky?
Nothing for submit.
All right. On the basis then of the materials contained in the application, the exhibits which will be received in evidence today, and the proffer from council as well as the testimony received, a vote to approve this application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premises catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Yes, based on materials and profit from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license, and also requesting live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premise catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on the application materials, proffer made by council, testimony given today, and exhibits that have been entered, I too vote to approve this new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premises catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell?
I call exhibits for the record, Board Exhibit 1, business plan.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
I hope I pronounce this correctly. Die Restaurant and Lounge, 10 North Calvert Street, RO 12 through 14. Class B beer, wine, and liquor license application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor license, liquor restaurant license under the provisions of alcoholic beverages and cannabis, Article 12-1604, little c, 2, little I, requiring $700,000 in capital investment in restaurant fixtures and facilities, 65% of food sales, and seating capacity for a minimum of 150 people, requesting live entertainment and off-premises catering. Please come forward.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Commissioners. Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the applicant.
Would you just identify who's with you, Mr. Fogel?
Yes, I certainly will. We have Andrew Wolf to my right, WOLFF. We have Mark Anthony Walker to his right, and Adante Mack, the applicant, to his
Morning,
right.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Oh, you want to proffer?
I sure do. This is 10 North Calvert Street. It's been many, many things. It was I think it was Gina's Cafe back in the day across from the courthouse. It was also.
The downstairs portion?
Exactly. And then there was also an Au Bon Pan. And so both of these spaces together are going to create Cafe Die. Let me give you some exhibits, floor plan, updated floor plan, menu. Thank you, Commissioner. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
So, I'm sorry, that's not a menu. That is a
Yeah, let's see.
executive summary of the budget.
Yes.
Showing $706,000 in build-out. I, the landlord, Mr. Wolf, who is here today. If you have any questions about the build-out and the project or the building at all, he'll be your person to inquire with. The menu this is breakfast, lunch, dinner. This is a working menu right now, as most places are when they're brand new.
Thank you.
What you don't see is any alcohol on the menu. They're not there yet. So,
Did the predecessor licensees, did they have alcoholic licenses?
I do not know. Mr. Wolf may know.
I don't think so.
They do.
Yeah, if you want to swear him, I'll.
That's,
We don't believe so. I never drank anywhere in that building. So
They were-
that would be
they
definitive.
were daytime operations, right?
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No problem. So we're going to have a lounge portion. We're going to have a restaurant portion. Mark Anthony is a pretty well-known chef in the area. Mr. Mack and him look forward to doing business together. Downtown really needs something going on right now. And as you know, the legislature and Downtown Partnership are working to make restaurants, make the bar easier for restaurants to move in. Hasn't occurred yet, but this facility will have the minimum 150 seats and the $700,000 capital investment.
Anything else?
No, I just think there is a public need and desire for this request, and I don't think there'll be any deleterious effect on the health, safety, and welfare of the community by granting this license. So thank you.
Commissioners have questions?
No questions?
I have one.
Sure.
So Au Bon Pan was in the back and Gina's was in the front. So is it
Correct.
connecting both of the spaces?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right. No other questions.
All right, thank you. All right, on the basis of the materials contained in the application, the exhibits from council which will be received in evidence, and the proffer from council as well as any testimony, I vote to approve this application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with live entertainment and off-premises catering.
Yes, based on materials and proffer from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license, and also the request for live entertainment and off-premise catering.
Based on the application materials properly made by council and exhibits entered today, I also vote to approve this new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with live entertainment and off-premises catering.
Ms. Russell?
Like call exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, updated floor plan. 2, executive summary. And 3, menu.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Green Tree Liquors, 1400 West Baltimore Street, Class A, beer, wine, and liquor license, application to transfer ownership, requesting delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Peter Previs on behalf of the applicants. With me here today is Mr. Ayub Fasaya. We also have a city resident, Ms. Gade Gebrewet. There was a little mix-up in communication, that she's not here, but she's fully aware of this hearing and her obligations under the law. This is the purchase of Green Tree Liquors at 1400 West Baltimore Street. Mr. Fasaya will be the 100% owner and full-time operator with an entity of EMA Liquors LLC. He currently lives in D.C., but plans on moving into the area when this purchase and the settlement go through. He has prior experience in the convenience store and liquor store businesses, and he understands his obligation. I don't know if his alcohol awareness is completed yet, but he understands that he has to have that before he begins. I've been by this place a few times, and it seems like a pretty quiet neighborhood place. And he plans on continuing to operate it in that fashion.
How many employees will be handling alcohol?
For right now, just him. He hopes to expand to one more.
Okay.
But
They'll
right
they'll
now,
all be alcohol certified?
they'll all be alcohol certified, yes, sir.
Okay, commissioners have questions?
Now, he's read the rules and regulations, he
Yeah.
understands.
Yes.
It doesn't have a history of violations, so.
No, it's a really quiet place, and he has experience. One of his friends is here with him that has a liquor store, and he's working him through the process.
Okay.
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, I vote to approve this application to transfer this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license with delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Yes,
Oops.
yes, based on materials and proffer from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of an A beer, wine, and liquor license and the request for delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on the application materials properly made by council, I also vote to approve the transfer of this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license with the delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Good luck,
Appreciate
sir.
it. Thank you.
Broadway Hot Pot, 709 South Broadway, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Amended application to transfer ownership from a secured creditor with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service. Please come forward.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Commissioners Craig Schwartz from Schwartz and Greenbaum on behalf of the applicants.
Mr. Schwartz, who's with you today?
With me today are the applicants Jiwan Liu, Yineng Wang, and Hongsheng Zhang.
I just wanted to test if you could pronounce their names properly.
Only if I read them.
Now, I understand this was before the board previously in May of last year and approved, but you've added someone to the LLC?
That is correct, and that is the reason for the amended application. There is a new member in the LLC who is not an applicant, but Ye Deng. And with the amended application, a copy of his financial form has been included with disclosures. The change in ownership is that he will become a 30% member, and as a result of that, the other three existing members, who are the applicants, their ownership interest is going to also change. And as a result of the change in the membership structure, the amended application was filed. Everything else remains the same as it did when this board approved the original application. The letters of support are already in the file. The certification for alcohol awareness of the applicants is already in the file, and there will be no changes to anything in the application, and the information contained in the application remains true and accurate of today.
I'm sure that when you were before us last year, I noted that there was a history violations from '08 to '16. Haven't had any recently, but you have to be very careful about that. Do the commissioners have any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the amended application, the proffer from council, and taking note of the fact that nothing has changed since we approved this application back in May 18th of last year, I vote to approve the amended application to transfer ownership of this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license from a secured creditor with continued live entertainment and outdoor table service.
Yes, based on materials and proffer from the attorney, I also vote to approve the amended application to transfer ownership from a secured creditor with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service.
Based on the amended application and proffer made by council, I also vote to approve this transfer ownership of this amended application of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license from a secured creditor with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you, Mr. Schwartz.
you.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Eddie's of Mount Vernon, 7 West Eager Street, Class A, beer, wine, and liquor license application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Good morning again. Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the applicant, Kabita Mahat, who is headed up here. Your Honor may have, and Commissioners, good morning again. You may have seen an MOU in this matter. I understand that this MOU was modified last night, so I went ahead and printed out copies for all of you. The one change that is in the new version is section 1(4). And I'd like you to take a look at that.
Thank you.
This is MOU executed yesterday between Ms. Mahat and the Mount Vernon Belvedere Improvement Association. And if you look at section 1(4), I'll give you, I only have 4 copies, sorry. They're going to go from 300 linear feet of alcohol for sale to 500 linear feet in the store. Not a big change, but something that certainly will be beneficial to both the neighborhood and the applicant for better selection of spirits and craft beer and local wine. Ms. Mahat has extensive experience in the alcoholic beverage industry. She has been the manager at, what's the name of the place? Red Apple Liquors? Is that the name of the place? Yeah, in Drenny, a liquor store at Patterson Avenue. She has also managed Nepal House at 920 North Charles Street. All employees at this venture who are selling alcohol will be alcohol management certified. So there'll be a number of cashiers, and alcohol is 10% of the business of Eddie's. There's not a lot of grocery stores in the neighborhood, and so they're respected and a needed, very much needed commodity.
They've had no violations, so.
Right, isn't that
we have to
amazing?
maintain that.
Yeah, exactly. It's big shoes to fill. I'm convinced Ms. Mahat will be able to do that.
And she's in agreement that the terms of the MOU will be binding?
She is.
Okay. Commissioners have any questions?
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from counsel, any testimony received, and the exhibits received, which include a memorandum of understanding between the applicant and the Mount Vernon Belvedere Improvement Association, and a letter of support from its president, Mr. Dana, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license, subject to the terms of the MOU to the extent they're enforceable by law. Commissioners?
Yes, based on the material and proffer from the attorney and the MOU between the community and the business, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership.
Based on the application materials, the proffer made by council, exhibits entered today, and pursuant to the MOU as enforceable by law, also vote to approve this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license.
Ms. Russell?
I call exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, letter of support from Mount Vernon Belvedere Association dated 3/19/24. Board Exhibit number 2, MOU.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Good luck, ma'am.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wilson's Tavern, 4537 Harford Road, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license, amended application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
And for the record, Melvin J. Kanensky, representing the applicant in this case. This is an amended application because a prior application was put in and then wasn't able to be completed. In the meantime, somebody who we don't know stole a truck, rode through the front of the building to steal an ATM machine. They just recently got that all repaired. The current applicant is on the premises now, had worked there previously when it was open as Wilson's, and is familiar with the rules and regulations of the liquor board. Will make sure that she will have anybody that serving alcohol will be certified. In addition to that, she met with the community group, Mary Butel, and they had a very nice conversation, and they seem to be fine with it because it's basically the same people that were in there before. Her husband owns the building, and they think they'll be a good addition to the community.
What's the name of the community organization?
See, I don't know,
It was Laurabelle?
Lauraville? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was Mary Butel, Buedel. I had talked to her several times. Seemed like a very nice person.
Okay. This location has not had any history of violations, so again, please keep that to that standard. Commissioners have any questions?
No question.
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the amended application, the proffer from counsel, and any testimony received, I vote to approve this amended application to transfer ownership of this BG7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on materials and proffer from the attorney, I also vote to approve the amended application to transfer ownership of the BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Based on the amended application and proffer made by council, I also vote to approve this amended application to transfer ownership of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, you misspelled it.
Yes.
Republic Bar and Grill, 5603 Pulaski Highway, Class BD7, application to transfer ownership, requesting live entertainment and outdoor table service. Please come forward.
Good morning again, Stephen W. Fogelman, on behalf of the applicant, Franklin Guevara.
So it's to your right.
He is to my right.
Do you want to proffer for us then?
I do. This is a bar that I don't even really know it existed. I never even heard the name. I don't think they got in a lot of trouble. Otherwise,
They have
you get
no
to know
history
the
of
name.
violation.
Exactly. So somebody's doing something right over there. It's a kind of a sleepy place. It's a benefit to the community. It's been in compliance forever. Mr. Guevara owns a business very close to the bar and was a customer, and he runs a construction business and decided that it was something that he was interested in managing, given the fact that it's not a problematic place. He is already alcohol management certified, and he will make sure that his employees are as well.
Are you going to, let's swear him in for a second.
Sure.
You raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Mr. Guevara, are you going to be present to
Yes.
manage this
yes.
and run the construction company at the same time?
That's what I pretty much was working on having my brother-in-law. He's pretty much running it for me now,
The company?
the company.
Okay. Because I have to tell you, being an absentee licensee is not a wise thing.
No, I know, I understand.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
Yes, what kind of live entertainment are you talking about?
Karaoke,
Okay,
DJ.
okay.
No questions here.
All right. Thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from counsel and testimony received, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this BG7 beer, wine, and liquor license with live entertainment and outdoor table service.
Yes, based on materials and proffer from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of a BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, and also the request for live entertainment and outdoor table service.
Based on application materials, proffer made by council, and testimony given today, I also vote to approve this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license to transfer it with live entertainment and outdoor table service.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
Thank you. Ms. Fogelman. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jerry's Belvedere Tavern, 5920 8 York Road, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license, application to transfer ownership with continuation of outdoor table service, requesting delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
For the record, Melvin J. Kadensky, representing the applicants in this case. This is application to transfer a license on Jerry's Belvedere. The Ruggolo family has had this for a long, long time. In fact, the present licensee is here in the back of the room, and they, I think they got the time to move on. In this case here, Mr. Jasvinder Singh has had previous licenses. He's familiar with the rules and regulations of the board, understands that any of the people that would be working there would have to be alcohol certified, they'll be serving alcohol. They did meet with the, I think the councilman is Conway's people and the community. They came over and met when they were satisfied with the continued operation by the applicants in this case. And they will make sure that the situation with regard to checking people for serving minors, because there was a problem in the past that won't occur in the future. I think it's one of the reasons why Mr. Ruggolo said, finally it's time for me to move on this case. I don't, you know where it is, it's across from Swallow with the Hollow.
Know it very well.
Yeah.
I remember its prior location down the street.
Yep.
So they haven't had any violations since 18, but there were a series before that, so they're going to have to be vigilant. And who's Mr. Singh?
It's Mr. Chessman.
And who's Mr. Hackett? And who's the other gentleman?
He's the one that's involved in the business as a 50% owner, but he's not a licensee.
And his name is?
Keywall Singh.
Okay.
K-E-W-L.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
No, I just want to state that they're aware they have a history of violations and suspensions in the past.
Yeah, it's not recent, but there was a problem for some time.
It was a period, I didn't represent it, but it was a period of time where boom, 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 that happened in there.
Yeah, I have no questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, any testimony received, I vote to approve this application, transfer ownership of this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with continued outdoor table service, delivery of alcoholic beverages. Commissioners?
I'm going.
Go ahead.
Based on application materials proffer made by council and any testimony given today, I also vote to approve this application transfer ownership of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with continuation of outdoor table service and delivery
Yes,
of alcoholic beverages.
Based on materials and proffer from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership with continuation of outdoor table service and the request for delivery of alcohol beverages.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you, one and all.
Hollabird Bar and Liquor, 6701 Hollabird Avenue, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license, application to transfer ownership, requesting delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
Once again, for the record, Melvin J. Kadensky, representing the applicant. This is Ms. Cower here, and it's George. And that's right, stay there, George. You can get a speaking part if you want, but we can give the. George has been the local city resident, been here probably for the last 8 or 10 years. Ms. Cower and her husband have purchased the property there. It's right on the corner of Hollabird and Dundalk. And she's been working there probably for the last 6 or 8 months while they're getting to finish this transfer up. She is familiar with the rules and regulations of the liquor board, understands that any people who would be serving alcohol would be alcohol certified. And in addition to that, they're not making any changes. It'll be the same hours that they had before in the case, and her husband is going to help her through this situation.
So they had a history also dated, it's been since.
It was bad at one time.
Yeah, before 2018.
Yeah.
So you have to be very vigilant about complying with the rules and regulations, especially sales to minors and the like. Commissioners have any questions?
Just want to concur with the chair with regards to the history of violations.
No questions from me.
Okay, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, proper from council and any testimony received, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Yes, based on materials and proffer from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership with the request for delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on application materials and proffer made by council, also vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with the delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
Thank you. Good luck.
Baltimore Spice Restaurant and Bar, 413 West Baltimore Street. Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license application to transfer ownership and location of a Class BD7 license presently located at 2148 through 52 Vine Street to 413 West Baltimore Street, requesting off-premises catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
Good morning again, Mr. Fogelman.
Yes,
Who's with
thank-
you today?
Thank you. Yes, Stephen W. Fogel, on behalf of the applicants, I'm going to go ahead and submit a draft menu.
Which one is Sampana?
Yes, that's
Okay.
Sapana and Sudeep next to
Good morning.
And menu. Menu.
Thank you.
All right. Miss, I'm here, like I say, with Miss Don Polly and Mr. Uprity. Miss Don Polly has been the service manager at Namaste Restaurant on West Cold Spring Lane. And prior to that, she was a full-time nurse and nursing student in Nepal. Mr. Uprity is the manager of the Crackpot Seafood Restaurant on Loch Raven Boulevard in Towson. So that both of those businesses have liquor licenses, so they're no stranger to what happens when the responsibilities that come with such a license. As you can see, this is going to be Indian and Nepalese influenced, but with wings and other types of food for the general public and for their consumption. A lot of kormas, a lot of vegetables. And this is at 413 West Baltimore Street. I think it used to be the Royal Farms, if I'm not mistaken. So they're excited about this project. They're going to both be working full-time on
So
this.
this is moving its location as well, right?
Yes, that is. It's the only one I have today that's actually a moving of a license.
Okay.
We did reach out to the Downtown Partnership a couple of times, and I know that what they're doing in Annapolis right now is pretty important. They did say they would send a letter of support, but I don't know if it's arrived, but I can tell you we're all on the same page, and they're excited to have Miss Jolin, Claudia Jolin, and Mr. Prince over there at Downtown Partnership are positive and receptive to this project.
This is also a location that had a history up until 2018. I don't know what happened in 2018, but people seem to have stopped violating.
Where was that address? Let me see. I don't even.
It was on Vine Street.
Oh, yeah. So they're far from the vine now. He recognizes that address, Commissioner. So.
The commissioners have questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis then of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, any testimony received, the exhibit received, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership and location of this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license presently located at 2148 to 52 Vine Street to 413 West Baltimore Street with off-premises catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Yes, based on the materials and proffer from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership and location of a Class BD7 BWL license presently located at 2148 through 52 Vine Street to 413 West Baltimore Street, and also requesting off-premise catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on the application materials and proffer made by council, also vote to approve this application to transfer ownership and location of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license presently located at 2148 through 52 Vine Street to 413 West Baltimore Street with off-premises catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell?
Like for exhibits for the record, Board Exhibit 1, menu.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
6700 German Hill Libations LLC, 6700 German Hill Road, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Do I know these people?
Yeah, you have to be.
Why? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to see you go.
Am I recusing? Is this
It's a new applicant. I mean, it's
the
6,700.
same place that?
In violations you have, but
Oh, well, I'll recuse. I didn't realize it was the same location. I'll let the other commissioners hear it then. Go ahead.
certainly, good morning, Commissioner Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the applicant Juan De Leon. As you may remember, you did approve this transfer about a year ago. The repairs to the building to get the use and occupancy permit exceeded 270 days. So this is not an amended application, it's a second application for transfer of ownership. I am happy and always pleasure to work with Miss Edie Schulman. Come on up, Miss Schulman. She has worked tirelessly to put this facility and these premises in a better place. Grace, she's the president of Graceland Park Improvement Association, and there's a lot of challenges down there. And in this case, this is the corner of German Hill Road and Dundalk Avenue, and there's a Citgo station, I think, next to it. But it's been a loitering problem there for years for folks that may be engaged in illegal activities. So she worked with the applicant here, and they've installed a fence in the back. They've installed a gate in the front. At times, there was, it's unfortunate, but there's unhoused people who slept on their deck and stuff like that. And they've done a nice job of kind of containing that, containing the premises so that unauthorized people can't be there and loiter there. And so we have an MOU. Do you have a copy of the MOU, or do we send, where is sent that to the liquor board and Mr. Page? Right. So
Yes.
Is that in your packet?
Yes, I did. there was one little slight.
Go ahead and raise your hand.
That's for you. Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you gave and statements that you made will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
And again, your name was?
Edie, E-D-I-E, Schuman, S-C-H-U-M, as in Mary, A-N as in Nancy.
Thank you, Ms. Schuman.
So, yeah, I just want to apologize. I do have, there's a small typo in this is the original MOU. When I had submitted it the other day, I had left the date on the top of it off, so I filled that in.
We'll go ahead.
This is,
But otherwise, it's the exact same.
it's the
MOU.
exact same MOU. That's the original, if anybody would like to have a copy of it.
Yeah, so that'll go into the actual file.
Does anybody want a copy of it? No? Yes, I'll go with it.
But it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. I'm just wondering if
It's
anybody.
the same one that was submitted already.
Yeah, I just had to correct the date, just put a date. There was no, if you look, there was not a date on the
Yeah, there's
top
no
of
date
it.
on here.
So I just put the date on there. So it's the exact same thing, but, so that's, okay.
And you agree to abide by the MOU?
Well, she made it. She's the community person, but Mr.
mean,
De Leon, right, absolutely does agree to abide by it. Like I say, it's been previously approved, alcohol management certified. They should be able to pick up the license in a matter of hours because they already have use and occupancy. They just literally ran out of time on this transfer. But so Mr. De Leon understands the responsibilities of holding a liquor license and will make sure to be compliant and, quite frankly, be more compliant going forward. So this place, too,
Has a
does have a
history.
bit of a history, exactly.
Yes.
So we're hoping that better times are ahead. I do think that the work that's been done and working with Ms. Schuman to identify the specific nature of the problems that this place has had is going to be a good thing going forward. And they're going to be guest speakers at the next monthly meeting of the Improvement Association. They were there last night. So again, thank you, Ms. Schuman, for your work.
So yes, I just had a little bit of testimony I wanted to add to it. So I want to, I guess, submit that into record, and there's a copy of
How
it for
many do you
you. I have like 5 copies.
Okay.
Somebody else wants to take a look at it, too.
Okay.
Anybody else? Yes, okay.
So-
All right, so I'm just going to go through this really quickly. So again, by way of introduction, my name is Edie Schuman. I'm the president. We're in City neighborhood in the southeast part of the city. The playbook sits at the north end of the residential section and is at the beginning of the commercial section on Dundalk Avenue. Given its location next to the neighborhood gas station as referenced to as the Citgo, the bar is at the base of our neighborhood hub. Okay, so I'm here to testify as to the need for the MOU and trust that we are placing with I want to point out the trust that we are placing with Mr. De Leon to make sure that he not only completes his licensing requirements this time around, but works towards completing the items listed in the MOU.
Okay.
We are hoping to work with him to make sure he understands that Graceland Park and its residents are working towards making our community an attractive and inviting place to live and work, and we expect that he will do his part. Again, I submitted to the board, so a little paragraph on the background. The playbook has been an eyesore to the community with lots of history of criminal activity surrounding the bar. The current owners are minimally involved, if at all, with the operations. Our attempts to reach out to them have failed. The building has been neglected for many years and is an attractive place for criminal activity. As I mentioned, the bar sits in the hub of our neighborhood, and residents are terrified to travel through that area for fear of the drug dealing, prostitution, and other criminal activity around the area. Criminals have chosen that location as the appearance there is clearly inviting to criminal activity.
But you're okay with it now, given the MOU, is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, that's, I just wanted to go over a little bit of just a little bit of the history, but I'm getting there. I've personally observed drug dealers out the back of the property, prostitutes in the parking lot, ladies lined up and waiting there. It's the current operations now. We've received noise complaints, there's trash around. We're not saying that the bar is responsible, but the items are being sold at the bar, so we would like the bar to be a little bit more, encouraging of its patrons properly disposing of its items here. So, and so as we're moving forward to this day, I told you that was very brief, but as moving forward to this day, we want to go on record to say that we're hoping for a new beginning and new hopes for this transfer. We're grateful that Mr. Dion does live in the community, as the current owners do not. It has been our pleasure to have Mr. Dion and members of his team attend some recent community association meetings. As Mr. Fogel mentioned, he is going to be a guest speaker at our next meeting. So, we are, we have a new renewed hope that things are going to change when Mr. DeLeon's license is fully approved. We hope that he understands that our community has given him an opportunity, along with some expectations, to have a successful business while respecting the community members' needs and concerns. And Graceland Park is a place where we call home. Home is where peace and comfort should be. We expect Mr. DeLeon, as a resident of the community, also share in our concerns and goals. Last year, application wasn't completed in time, but I'm told that it's going to be completed on time this year. We're counting on the management to complete the requirements in a timely manner. And I just want to thank Mr. Fogelman for his assistance in working with both parties, with Graceland Park and him, to help us reach our agreement. I want to thank Mr. DeLeon and his team for working with us as we have a fresh start here. And thank you, Board, for listening to my testimony today.
Thank you, Ms. Schmidt. I appreciate it. Does your client have anything to say?
No, thank you.
He doesn't
Pleasure is
have to say
mutual. Anyway, I did get a very late entry letter. Anytime I get something from less than 12 hours or 24 hours from the hearing, it was a president of the, I'm sorry, it's the wrong case. That's my next case. I'm already on the other one. Thank you both.
Any questions?
No question.
No questions. Okay, based on the application materials, proffer made by council, testimony that was given today, and exhibits given today, I vote to approve this application to transfer this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes,
Pursuant, one more thing, pursuant to the MOU that as enforceable by law.
Yes, based on materials and profit from the attorney, the MOU with the community and the licensee, a vote to approve the application to transfer ownership.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My exhibits for the record, Board Exhibit 1, MOU. 2, letter from Graceland Park Improvement Association dated 3/21/23.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Jelly's Pizzeria, number 3, 1035 through 37 South Charles Street, Class D, beer, wine, and liquor license application to transfer ownership, requesting outdoor table service and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
All right, once again, good morning, Stephen Fogelman.
Who's with you this morning, Mr. Fogel?
Yeah, we're getting to the end, though.
Who's with you?
I've got, I've got a star in the house here. I've got Marianne Campanella, one of the hearts of Little Italy. So she's here. Juniette Ozturk is here. He's a licensee here in the city, and the godfather of what has now become the Angeli's Pizza Empire, and Mr. Ilhan, who is standing to his right.
Good morning, everyone.
And I meant to thank the Academy as well, but I forgot to in that last one. So thank you. All right. Angeli's has become a pretty well-known commodity here in the city with multiple locations. And Mr. Ilhan is ready to own and manage the South Baltimore, the Federal Hill outpost of this restaurant. I believe this restaurant's already open. It's open without alcoholic beverages while we await this hearing. And Mr. Ilhan has been basically trained under the tutelage of Mr. Ozturk with respect to restaurant management. He worked at the Ministry of National Education in Turkey, and he's run. In fact, when he was in Turkey, he was the website designer and maintainer for the Angeli's Pizza chain. And they're rolling back some freedoms in that country, and a lot of people are coming here to pursue the American dream, and he's one of them. So he is alcohol management certified. All of his employees will be. I've received, I think the board has letters of support from Councilman Costello, even from Councilman Cohen across the harbor, and I just got this thing in late last night, support from Federal Hill Main Street Board. I think Federal Hill Neighborhood Association has approved them, so. No, don't talk. Yeah, so he's got, right, so of all the things in your file today, there's probably the greatest public need and desire for this one. So with that, I'll make sure that all employees who serve are indeed alcohol management certified. And I'll submit this letter from Federal Hill Main Street that came in last night if the board does not have
We'll
it.
receive it.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. Anything further, Mr. Fogelman? No, thank you. All right. On the basis then of the materials contained in the application, the letter of support from Federal Hill Main Street, Inc., and the other support that's been expressed from the councilman, I vote to approve this application, as well as the proper, I don't know if I said that in any testimony. I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class D beer, wine, and liquor license with outdoor table service and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Yes, based on materials and proffered from the attorneys and the letters of support, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership with the request of outdoor table service and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on application materials proffered made by council and the exhibits, which include the two letters that we have here, I also vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class D beer, wine, and liquor license with outdoor table service and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell?
I call exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, letter of support from Councilman Costello dated 3/8/24. And Exhibit number 2, letter of support from Federal Hill Main Street.
Thank you. Good luck, folks.
Ms. Campanella wanted to know if you're related to some of the Matricianis in Little Italy.
Very
I
much
know.
related to
I
them.
know them well.
My grandfather lived next door to the rectory at St. Leo's
St.
for
Leo's
many
Church,
years.
Right
Yes.
next door. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now,
Thank you.
you know who's there now?
No,
Different people.
but they aren't related, I
At least
promise you.
changing every day. Thank you for having us.
Thank you all.
Good luck.
Good luck. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mount Royal Tavern, 1204 West Mount Royal Avenue, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license. Request to expand licensed premises to include backyard. Please come forward.
Well, I guess I'm in the penultimate case or the ultimate
You're in the
case.
penultimate one.
Yeah. Melvin J. Kadensky representing the applicant. This applicant was approved last year. They've been in this about a year. The Mountain Royal Tavern is more the, and it's asking to expand and use the back area for service. I don't know whether you were handed a memorandum of
Just got it.
understanding. Yeah, he's met with the community. Also, there's several other letters that he has gotten from the community in favor. He's willing to abide by the memorandum of understanding that's going to be part of the license that refers to the outdoor table service in the back, the expansion with regard to the hours and so forth. The only difference would be is that there was and in fact, it was by the neighborhood community association that no service after that time, but if somebody wanted to go out and have a smoke back there, they could go out and have a smoke. But that's not needed to be added here.
Okay. Commissioners have any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the base then of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council and the exhibits, which include the memorandum of understanding between Mr. Wisniewski and the Bolton Hill Community Association, and the letters of support from Mr. Katz of the Homeowners Association and Mr. Alexander, who's also a Bolton Hill resident, I vote to approve this application, this request to expand the licensed premises to include the backyard on this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on materials and proffer from the attorney and the MOU between the license and the community association and the letters of support, I also vote to approve the request to expand licensed premise to include the backyard.
Based on application materials, the proffer made by council, the two letters of support, and the MOU, as enforceable law, I also vote to approve this request to expand the licensed premises to include the backyard in this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Ms. Russell?
Like exhibits for the record, Board Exhibit 1, MOU, Board Exhibit 2, two letters of support from community.
Thank you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Can I have the letters, please?
Yeah, sure. Here.
Moving on to violations, Downtown Lounge, 414 to 16 East Baltimore Street, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, and Class AE entertainment license. Violation of Rule 4.05B, prohibited hours on January 21st, 24. Violation of Adult Entertainment Rule 3.05A, incorporation of liquor license rules and regulations to applicable licensees for January 21st, 24. Violation of Adult Entertainment Rule 3.01A, hours of operation, January 21st, 24. Violation of Rule 3.03, little a, records, alcoholic beverages, beverage invoices, January 26, 24. Violation of Rule 3.03, little d, 2 little I, records, expired trader's license, January 26, 24. Violation of Rule 3.12, general welfare, smoking on premises, January 26, 24. And finally, violation of Adult Entertainment Rule 3.05A, incorporation of liquor license rules and regulations to applicable licensees, January 26, 24. Please step forward.
I think that's all of them. Good afternoon. Stephen W. Fogel on behalf of the licensees Mustafa Jackson and Roberto Silva.
Can I have everyone who's going to testify sworn, please?
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
And we'll cut some time out of this. This is an admission to all.
As to all of them? Okay. All right. Do you want to give us a proper first and then?
Sure.
Maybe the way I should do this, let the chief
Sure.
testify, and then you can respond, okay? So Chief Chris Amalis, if you would.
Good morning, Chief Christian Miles, Baltimore City Liquor Board. Just in summary, on the 21st of January, I was monitoring the block, the 400 block of Baltimore Street, which is known as the block. I witnessed people going in well after 2. I followed them inside to see that bartenders were actively serving, customers actively drinking. 2 females on stage performing adult entertainment. I spoke to the security. It was kind of unknown on who was the manager and who was operating. Finally, I gave the instructions for them to close everything down. They complied, and they had the place emptied out within 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. And were you the one also involved with the other violations?
No, sir. I was just there for that first one.
Inspector Tuttle?
May inquire with the chief on the
Sure.
January 21st.
Go ahead.
Yeah, again, this is an admission. However, you put in your report that you saw active beverage service going on at that time?
That's correct.
All right, so would it surprise you if the register had been closed out at that point and people were still drinking? Not that it won't be a violation?
She was actually making drinks, actively making drinks for customers.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay. Inspector?
Inspector Cindy Tuttle, Baltimore City Liquor Board. On January 26 at approximately 11:20, I, Inspector Tuttle, Inspector Brown, and Agent Perez went to the location located at 414 to 16 East Baltimore Street, known as Downtown Lounge or ACES. Upon entering, I, Inspector Tuttle, observed multiple people smoking inside, including charcoal hookah. Inspector Brown then proceeded to do a full routine inspection. Mr. Watkins. Yeah, Mr. Watkins was unable to provide us with any alcohol beverage invoices, and he had an expired trader's license. We informed him that he would be receiving violations on the night, and we left without any further incident.
Do you have any questions for
Thank
the
you, Inspector. Fair to say that Mr. Watkins was polite and cooperative?
He was.
Okay, thank you very much.
Do you want to address? I mean,
I-
the
sure.
problem, Mr. Fogelman, is this is his 6th violation, and this is a long list of violations. So
Well,
what's going on?
let me quibble with that, in that three of these 6 have been dismissed. I mean, there's no such thing as an expungement at the liquor board. If you look, I mean, right here, it says 2018, charges dismissed. 2014, charges dismissed. 2014, charges dismissed. So the way I look at it, this would be,
The 4th violation.
no, a third. No, there's a $125 fine in 2012, a $2,125 fine that Judge Ward gave in 2016, and then they haven't been fined since 2016 at all.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just.
3rd
it's-
violation.
So yes,
What's
third
going on?
violation in 12 years. Let me tell you, this is,
Who's running this operation?
this man right here.
And this
That's
man
why
is
he's here,
Mr.
Mr. Watkins.
who?
Gary Watkins, GM.
Okay.
So if you can't learn from your mistakes, then you're doomed to repeat them. The prior violations involved, what would they call it, solicitation of an officer by a dancer back in 16. Nothing like that here. However, come on, it's what, 14 years since the Maryland Indoor Clean Air Act came into effect. So we know, and customers know, you're not supposed to smoke in enclosed places. On that evening, and Mr. Watkins will be happy to give you some more detail if you need it. They got slammed by a big crowd, that they had trouble getting out of there. Mr. Watkins is unaware of anybody serving drinks after 2 o'clock in the morning, but they needed to be out of there by 2 o'clock, not finishing their drink. The problem was this, they had a 150 last call. And to me, even as a customer, 150 last call is asking for trouble, because that means I can buy beer at 150, 151, and now you're telling me I gotta be done with that beer and out the door, and the door's locked 9 minutes later. That's not happening. So last call is now 1:30 a.m. because no matter how big your crowd is, no matter how much they don't want to go home, you need more than 10 seconds to get everybody out of there. And in this case, it was 2:20 and they were still there. So he takes the hit for this. I mean, he understands this. That was on him, 100% as the GM that night. Now, with respect to the records, apparently, so it's January 26th, he had given inventory records, he had given sales receipts to his accountant to do their 2023 taxes. I don't know how much inventory they bought in January 24, but he's got those invoices now. He understands that he can't even have them off premises for a night. That, yeah, make copies, scan things, but those actual invoices need to be there at all times. So we'll not have a problem. He's learned from that as well. The next thing is his trader's license expired. This happens to a lot of my clients. His trader's is now in good standing, and I think there was, although not charged for it, I think there was a fire department certificate that was also out of date. That is now fixed. So, new policy, if you smoke in the bar, you're banned. It's that simple, and it's also as simple, and I'm sorry about my printer, but you'll get the idea. There are no smoking signs everywhere in this establishment at this time. All right. So he understands the responsibility for his actions, but he is determined to make sure that he stays in compliance
And
going
Mr.
forward.
Watkins is the manager?
GM.
Okay. And where are the licensees? They-
They are not here present today because they were not present at the time of the
Are
offense,
they
but they are fully
active
authorized.
and engaged in the operation of this?
Yes, he's there. He's there 90%.
When you say he, who are you talking about?
Licensed and activated.
What's his name?
One would be Willie, one would be Cornell Jones, one would be almost Mustafa.
That's Mr. Jackson?
Yeah.
What about Mr. Silva?
Yes, he's there too. He's in and out because he's a DJ, so he's back and forth for Mustafa's there.
Okay. Did you have any questions for them, Chief?
You asked them, sir.
Okay. Commissioners have any questions?
I just want to say that the point is his responsibility, and he's got to realize that it's a privilege to have a liquor license. I hope you can remember that.
I deeply apologize. He's absolutely correct when he came in that night. But we had switched management. As you might tell you, I'm an outside manager. I'm outside 99% of the time. The inside manager is Will. He eventually moved across the street to Indulge. So when he walked in that day, he actually was talking to Will. Will was like, I'm no longer here. My back was turned to him, closing out the register. When I turned around, I did notice them, and the lights was on. But he was talking to our ex-manager who moved across the street. So I was a little bit management. Will's inside manager, I was a little bit understaffed trying to control the outside management, which I'm the person controlling ticket IDs, making sure there's no weapons coming in, sitting outside. Then Will's the inside manager, but he went across the street to Indulge. So I remember when he walked in that night, he spoke to Will. Will was like, I'm not the manager here no more. So I was kind of running behind that.
I would just say it's a good idea or advice to have that cooperation, communication with the inspectors now and in the future.
I agree 100%.
Do you have any questions?
No, I have no questions.
Okay, on the basis then of the materials contained in the charging documents, the proffer from counsel, which includes the admission of each of the violations and all the testimony received, I find violation of Rule 4.05, small b, prohibited hours on January 21, 2024, violation of Adult Entertainment Rule 3.05, small a, on January 21, 2024, a violation of Adult Entertainment Rule 3.01, small a, on January 21, 2024, violation of Rule 3.03A, records on January 26, 2024, violation of Rule 3.03D2, expired trader's license on January 26, 2024, violation of Rule 3.12, general welfare, smoking on premises on January 26, 2024, and a violation of Adult Entertainment Rule 3.05A, which incorporates the liquor license rules and regulations on January 26, 2024. Not to quibble with Mr. Fogelman, but it's not a good record.
No.
This management needs a lot of tuning up. These are not good things. I won't suspend the license this time, but again, come back again. License is going to be gone for some period of time or for good. I'm going to impose a $250 fine as to each one of the violations and give you 30 days to pay.
Thank you.
Yes. Based on materials and testimony, I agree with the chair's findings of a $250 fine for each violation. And as I said, I agree with the chair's findings.
Okay. Based on the violation report proffer made by counsel and admission on all of the violations, I do find that this violation of Rule 4.05B, prohibited hours. I find a violation of Adult Entertainment Rule 3.05A, incorporation of liquor license rules and regulations. I find a violation of, and that's on January 21st, 2024. I also find a violation of Adult Entertainment Rule 3.01A, hours of operation on January 21st, 2024. Violation of Rule 3.03A, records on January 26, 2024. Violation of Rule 3.03D, 2 records on January 26, 2024. Violation of Rule 3.12, general welfare, smoking on premises on January 26, 2024. Violation of Adult Entertainment Rule 3.05A, on incorporation of liquor license rules and regulations. And I also agree with the chair's finding a $250 fine for each of the violations with 30 days of pay.
Ms. Russell?
I call exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit Number 1, violation report, Chief Inspector Chris Amalis. Board Exhibit 2, violation report, Inspector Tudhope. And Exhibit Number 3, 4 photos.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fogelman. Good luck, Mr. Watkins.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. I believe that concludes our docket. Is that correct?
Yep, Mr. Chairman, there being no further business for this board, the board is in recess until Thursday, April 4th, 2024 at 10:30 a.m. We are adjourned.
As usual, thanks to the commissioners, to all the staff. We'll see you the next time.